Wabojo, Kenawea, dan Makodnem, Mandanango Kishade, Nani Boeing, Miwetchda, and the Kit Gima, Kweshkading Shinda. Good morning, delegates, leaders of Ontario. First, I want to acknowledge the Algonquin territory we're on. Chief Jocko is here. You're a different audience to me, different chiefs. I'll go right into it. I always hate beating the clock, trying to race with the clock. I'm hearing some good things here, but not enough of First Nation concerns or issues that we have. We are here to work with you today, I hear. I traveled abroad a few years ago. I went into this one country. They said, Chief, whatever you see here in our lands is yours. Don't ask me, it's yours. You've left blood here, your veterans, when many turned around and did not want to fight for us. I think of that every day. So, as we move forward, I want to first also say thank you to the leaders, the feds, the province. We showed everyone, including everyone here, and my citizens I represent, that we can make a difference and we can work together when COVID first hit our communities. I participated almost every, if not all, the meetings. That's what we need to keep doing. Again, I didn't hear very much of our matters so far yet today. I want to thank the Premier. I myself have been around 37 years in the leadership role. I really want to ask the leadership here today of Ontario your support for First Nations policing, that we treat our police the same as you do for your police of OPP and the municipality police in this province. We needed them so bad, in the worst way, in the last 3 years to protect us. But believe me, we are not protecting them when it comes to mental health. Our police, I'm a factual guy, I've seen it or I've been there, are committing suicide. The very people that we run to protect us, there's no protection for them. Think about that. I was at a forum just a couple of months ago where a spouse of a policeman spoke out of her own expenditure from her purse to support her husband, policeman. The mental health dollars for our First Nations police is only $750 annually to support their mental health, whereas the OPP is $25,000 per. There's something wrong with that picture. I know everyone in this room has been hit with the death of overdoses. Please don't come to any of us, how can I help, when I'm standing at your gravesite. I don't need your help then. None of us do. But we're calling for help now. Not only us as First Nations, but each and everyone in this room. But for us to do that, to front the battle of drugs, I would very much need your support to support our police so they can do their job on behalf of all of us to protect us. We write laws and bylaws for our communities, and when our police enforce them to protect us, once it gets in front of a judge, it stops. Because our laws are not recognizing the system. Be it just a simple theft, or somebody to steal for something to eat, or if it's murder, it stops. So our police go back home. Can you imagine how they feel? I did my job. But it only went this far. And this is where they say, and you hear when people say to all police, you are not doing your job. Well, we need to back them up, people. We need to back them up. How do we do that? Everybody says all the time, we have no resources. Again, I just heard the many. Ontario, rich, resources, rich. And they're going to our communities. And look at us. I do not have no education whatsoever to brag about in front of you. None whatsoever. I ran away at 11 to work my butt off. I'll be 67 this year. I have no regrets. You hear about residential school. They wanted to come and get us and educate us. Well, they came and got us, but they buried us. That hurts me. We have to deal and work with that yet as I move forward here today with my leaders. The Pope visit was not for me. It didn't do me nothing. Nothing whatsoever. In the 90s, it was a dark 10 years for me as a leader in where I'm from. I'm from Manitoulin Island. There may be some people in here, maybe not, that don't know what happened, but they were not nice. There was a lot of blood. And that's only Manitoulin Island, and that's 30 years ago. So one of the questions I heard here, how can we work together? There's so many things I do want to share if I have time to do it with us, but I brought along Let's work together. It's a Manitoulin Friendship Treaty that we signed with the mayors and reeves of Manitoulin. I truly want to believe it's still working, even though after must be 20 years, we haven't met yet. We're supposed to meet good and bad times, and not only uncertain times. It is very easy. It's straightforward. I bring it here to share with you. You can take it home, hopefully hang it, make one for your region, or you can throw it out. But if the line here is how can we work together, this is it. I truly believe in it. I want to go to work, and I hope our leadership that protects us, and that's the policing, I want them to get up every morning to kiss their family goodbye, see you tonight, and feel good after a long, hard day that they made a difference for us. I really plead that with us today here. I need your encouragement to ask the government, whoever needs to be approached, to treat our police the same. Their spouses should not dig in their purse or wallet to protect their loved one and their families. We got projects in the north. I want to thank the Premier. The Premier, I heard his word, the Ring of Fire. But that Ring of Fire and all the jobs in the past, I think it's safe to say we're almost at 0% of First Nation content in them construction and agreements. But yet they come and get them in our backyard. That trade show there, I respect it. But everything in there is about way over my head. I asked the question, Everything in there, did it come from the north? Did it come from the underground and the forestry? I don't see any of that in our communities. And that's what makes Ontario strong. I wish I was part of that. I can't say that. I don't see anything in there in First Nations. Nothing whatsoever. Water, please, to the leaders. Let us not, especially to us anyway, when I have issues or concerns, be it hunting or fishing or whatever, but when it comes to water, if there's something wrong with it, oh, I'm sorry, I can't help you, Chief. This is provincial. So I go over here. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a federal problem. I don't care what color your party is. We drink the same water for the same reason. If any of you has caught CTV this morning on one interview, there was one in Quebec, one in Vancouver. I guess they have a water problem this morning. And he's on there. He says, my God, I had to get 2 cases of water in the last 2 days because our water is yellow and we can't drink it, we can't use it. Well, hear my words, please. On behalf of my people, I represent. We've been boiled water, we can't wash, we can't eat, we can't do this, we can't do that because of the water for 50 years. These 2 that spoke this morning was only a couple of days. I hear and witness municipalities have bad water and it's fixed within, if not within hours, within a few days. We have our rights in this province, in this country. Sure, there's abuse, but not only from us. There's abuse from all sectors of life into what we have in this province. But it's not going to make a difference to break us. If we work together, we can fix that. We got laws too. What little fish may be taken by abuse is not going to break that lake. But we got big, big, big commercial fishermen in our waters who take millions of fish and nobody seems to be concerned about it. It's because of this. I don't hunt myself. I don't boat. I don't have them kind of toys. But I go before the judge on behalf of everyone, to be heard that it is our right. Listen to us. Stop taking our kids away. Don't take our kids away. I was in the big audience once. I asked a woman, a mom, non-native person, if I went to your home tomorrow and grabbed your 4 kids without even telling you why, and I come back 2 days later with your kids and say, I'm sorry, we made a mistake, how would you feel? I'll tell you how you would feel. You probably fight your husband for a couple of days. What did we do? What did you do? What's wrong? What happened? Where's our kids? And to bring our kids back, it does not fix that anymore. It breaks up families. This is what we live every day, leaders. I am proud to have an opportunity today to share all of this with each and every one of you here today. I will move on. I will move on. My teachers are my elders. They're my professors. Look where they brought me today as the Ontario Regional Chief. I represent 133 communities in Ontario. Surely you would have thought we would have been part of this assembly today in the audience. I have one chief here. And we have one First Nation chief from Shunya in Northern Ontario. I don't know if she's here. That's 2. There she is. Good morning. That's 2. We're outnumbered again. Again, I ask your support. As you hear us keep asking for the government for resources to bring our kids home in unmarked graves. Put yourselves in there, in that position. I went to day school. I'm glad I ran away. It was bad enough there. So again, when the Pope visited here, I respect our survivors that met him because they're the ones that went through hell. And they thought it was good to meet him, so I respect that. But there's those of us also that just couldn't go there and meet him because of the history. So we have so much in Ontario that I do ask that we start sharing the wealth. These big constructions of the mining, Ring of Fire, constructions, highways you just mentioned, I always want and I always will keep asking to put a percentage of workforce in them agreements and contracts. Let's say about 10%. That will make a difference for our people so we can take care of our own stuff at home instead of begging as I always hear. If I can get 10% support to put in these agreements for these big jobs, and let's say it's me, I'll just use me, that would give me enough allowance to go finance or buy or go get a truck or dump truck, brand new, not something that's going to go day to day. I'll be very proud of it and work with my new truck. I know because I was in the trucking industry for 18 years before I went to politics. I drove across this country on these highways. And as you've heard many times, back in them days, we had to run 24/7. So each and every one of us here can have clothes, can eat, can have everything. I know what it's like. I've been there. It's been a hard road, but I love it. I don't know why I love it, but I do. If things keep happening for me the way they are right now, I will leave my name in for another round. But our future is very bleak yet. Everybody's getting rich in our backyard. Please, let's work together. This friendship treaty, again, I got to beat the clock. My God, it's going down seconds now. But it says, let's work together to love and protect this island and its waters, to speak plainly of our hopes, and to take time to understand when we cherish different dreams, to comfort each other in our times of need, to play together as we want, to work together as we must, to rejoice and respect our differences, to find strength to face the common goals, and to keep harmony by our respect for each other in other ways. There are honorable names and leaders signed this in 1990. You can hardly read them, but some of them are gone, and half of them are still here with us. So I leave you with the same aspirations you expect. I want to look forward to that too. I'm alone. I wish I could have staff. I wish I can have all that I witness every time when I go out to help my communities. I don't have that. I don't have that luxury. I don't have no resources to fly around the country. They say, my job, I got to fly. And when I have to fly, they tell me I can't because there's no money. Then that's when they say our leadership is hell. You never come to us. That's my dilemma. So let's get back to some normalcy. I was having fun as a leader before COVID. So I'm nicely going back on the road again to head it, but I cannot reach my northern communities, remote communities. They need our help just as much as I've been helping each and every one of you where I can. And I'm limited. So, friends, we all want the same. You love your family, I love mine. I really do encourage that you look at this friendship treaty. It's not simple. I love it. But let's say Ottawa, your region here, and a couple First Nations or whoever, you can read into that and follow it. Let's leave the bloodshed and hard feelings behind us, because we fought for this country too. And if you ever have the opportunity to go to Vimy Ridge where your people are buried, please go and say your thanks. This is why we're on the map, because of what our moms and dads did for us. And yet today, that give their lives. Miigwech.